We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Pick up, Al.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Gun. 20.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now they'll run it on the toss. Spins by. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Pick up, Al.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on now. Bring a sack. Come on. I get it.
From the 50, Newton. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
21, 21. 12, 12. 13, 13. White, white, white. White, white, white. Yes, yes.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills' offense coming out, ready to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll run it here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Come on now. Let's rock now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Let's rock now. 8, 8, 8, 8. Let's rock now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now they'll run it on the toss. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The Bills on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. The Bills on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. So he got free at 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And we'll see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Newton. That's caught. It's Gronkowski. Touchdown, Buffalo. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He spins free. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Wait. 13.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Hey, get right there.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
21. 6. 11. 11. 11. Check.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
12.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Chambers. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Go ahead. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, go.
This is Lewis. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21. Like 80!
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
12.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off play action. Newton. Man open left side is Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. .19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
11.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Garoppolo now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Going up top. And that is incomplete. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here's James. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 11. 6. Switch.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. The reception good for 7. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
20. White. Watch the ship. Hey. 13.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Got some real estate inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he finds Jason Morrow. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
11.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dontari Poe. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
6 man. 13. 21. 11. Make it go.
Now Garoppolo. Throwing deep for Galladay. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And give him a gain of 37. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
11. 6. 13. Hey, let's get that. Make it go. Go ahead.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5.
11. Make it go. 11.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Go ahead. 13. 180. Let's go. Big series right here. You gotta step it up. 21. 6. Make it go.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. 2
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Newton now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
They'll try and run. Freeman. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
And my goodness, another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
20.
Here's Newton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills add on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To throw is Newton. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. After the run, Newton going to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Freeman again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. On third down, Devontae Freeman. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Yeah, he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll run it here. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave them with a 2nd and just 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Bills on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On fourth down, Newton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Now Newton. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and through, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they will take a knee here. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Buffalo, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.